right. I hope you all are well. Welcome to this first ever quantum jump oracle reading. So if you watched the part one of my channeled message that I put out last week, and I think it was entitled, it was something to the effect of, trading original sin for, or transmuting the tethers of original sin for original thought. I'll link it. I don't remember what they gave me for a title. But we were working in that channeled message on shedding the automaton within, really gaining control of our narrative, becoming the observer of the thought, balancing the hemispheres of the brain and the autonomic nervous system. And one of the things that I channeled during the Mercury retrograde period and coming out of that now was that there would be several opportunities for a quantum jump. And I wanted to confirm that via my own experience before I, came forward to the coalition with that. But and I did experience a timeline shift during the windows that they gave me. And so I wanted to offer support for this window that's opened up today. March 4th through the 6th was the other gateway energy that I channeled would be opening up, that would be prime astrological energies, planetary tethers, would be it would be a potent time in which to achieve a timeline shift or a quantum jump. Now, understand we're expanding and we're jumping timelines all the time. But this is just an opportunity where we can set an intention and make a more, powerful shift, with the intention of, with setting an intention and creating a space for it. So I wanted to, I was guided by my team to come up with a few different ways. Oh, there's my puppy, one of my puppies, that's Kissy Face. They're very interested. I've moved down. We are kind of redecorating right now in the space, which I was filming, and so I moved down here to my dining room / school room kind of catch-all area, and they're very interested in what I'm doing. So if you see them popping in and out, then they're offering us their support. But yeah, so I wanted to, my team had me write out these slips of paper again with just some of the ways in which we could profoundly shift timelines or quantum jump in some way. And so I kind of wanted to do a quantum read, but instead of, using traditional tarot methods to do that, I wanted to use oracle and advice cards. And I also wanted to kind of create a space where you and I and the coalition, anyone exchanging energy with this information, would create a space that would bolster the energy of the gateway and kind of create a energetic portal, or a conduit. That's what I'm looking for, like a conduit. And so I wrote out this this little kind of prayer invocation, and I will link it in the description. So if you want to say this as well during this time, then wherever two or more are gathered, it will kind of lend itself to the energy of us doing this jump over this next 48 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and read it now, and then you can either, just set your intention along with it, or, go ahead and read along with me here. So it says, we gather here in this sacred space, in the love and the light of the one infinite creator. Let us unify the heart and the mind of not only our individual aspects, but as one heart, one mind, one intention, as a coalition of the crystalline heart. Allow our highest and best intentions to manifest through the messages brought forth here today, and we ask that all lower vibrational energy tethers be healed, transmuted, and alchemized through all time-space. For all in our soul groups, where it is in alignment for the soul's journey. Let the guidance be clear. Let the channel be clear. Let love be our binding tether. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, well, I felt that. I felt that energy. And, I'm hoping that we can, do something similar when we do these readings, so that, my intention is not for it to just be, a reading, but that also this is a tool and a container for healing. And I believe that if we can all set the intention that, we are transmuting these lower vibrational tethers, that we're cording into new paradigms, and that we're creating new templates together, that we can really unify our energy, and we can create a tether between ourselves and as a coalition of the crystalline heart, and really amplify the potency and the power of these readings. And that feels really exciting and in alignment for this. And for my new subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing. I really feel that we're creating a community here, and if you're drawn to this frequency, it's because you are a grid holder. You are a part of the coalition of the crystalline heart. We are all one soul group, and one by one we are coming together, and it's a very powerful and wonderful experience. And I would like at some point to be able to kind of create a group setting where, I know it's so different than like a traditional YouTube channel, because I am in contact, everyone that's subscribed here so far has, kind of messaged me in private, and, felt really compelled and drawn to tethering and the work of tethering. And so I think it's important that at a certain point we all kind of, merge and exchange energy together, because I really feel that we are all, within the same dominant resonant frequency, and we are all holding the grid together. And I think it would be a very uplifting and powerful experience. So, let's set the intention that that's something that we can put together in the month of March. If you watched my Sun in Pisces reading, that was one of the main cords and tethers that came through, was creating community. And if you haven't watched that, then go and watch that, because it had some really wonderful high vibe energy. It just felt really good. And if you are new to this channel and you are kind of, I don't want to say confused, but if you don't have a, clarity on what cords and tethers are, what tethering is, I would highly encourage you to watch the untethered video, because that is the jumping off point for everything that I do here. And it's through my higher self, Rhea, my angelic counterpart, Samuel, and the Terra group, which is a fifth dimensional social memory complex here on planet Earth, that I'm bringing this information forward. So go and watch that video, or watch it again. I'm putting out another one too. I got some really awesome information from the Terra group the other day, and So I'm going to be trying to put that together later on tonight, and hopefully I'll be filming that tomorrow. So look forward to some more messages from the Tarot group. Okay, so I am so excited. I got some new cards to play with, and so I'm not like, really familiar with these decks yet, but I kind of wanted it that way. I wanted it to be kind of new and fresh for all of us, but I did spend some time getting to know them last night, and I did a reading for myself and for another today with them. So I am getting familiar with them, and they've got wonderful energy. And so I'm going to use these new cards tonight for this reading. But what I wanted to do first, so let me just get organized within myself here, is go through with you the chords, or the themes that Spirit asked me to put together for this quantum jump. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit different than the rest of the readings that you've seen, because the focus and intention for this, there's Sterling, that's my other puppy. The focus and intention for this is what kind of quantum jump is available to us with this gateway energy. So I will read them to you as they were given to me. So we have the opportunity for dropping old belief systems. Dropping old belief systems. Next, an origin healing. Origin or root wound revision. Origin or root wound revision. So, with that, you'd be jumping to a timeline where your original core wound would have been revised through time space. And obviously that would be a much different reality than in one where you were still experiencing a root wound. Next, I have dominant resonant frequency uptick. Dominant resonant frequency uptick. And so what they meant by this is that we're all holding a dominant resonant frequency, and that frequency is a compilation of your ideas, beliefs, thought forms, your belief systems between the third, fourth, and fifth dimension. And that makes up your energetic blueprint, or the blueprint of your tethers. So, for example, you may be holding a third dimensional frequency for one belief system, but in another aspect of your life, you may be holding a fourth dimensional belief system. And then in yet another, you may be holding a fifth dimensional belief system. So all of that together makes up your cords and tethers, and the totality of it all makes up your dominant resonant frequency. So if you were to do a quantum jump where you received a dominant resonant frequency uptick, that would mean that, let's say, you are right now in this now moment holding a dominant resonant frequency of a 3.5. Really, it's probably more like a 4, 4 and up. But let's just say, for the sake of this example, that you're holding a dominant resonant frequency of a 3.5. And after you set the intention and you do the quantum jump, you're now holding a dominant resonant frequency of a 3.9. And so you were able to then move up in dominant resonant frequency, which would manifest a much different reality than someone who's holding a belief system of a 3.5 versus a 3.9. So that's what that means. Next, we have transformation, cellular healing. I received from my guides, my team in spirit last night, that I am actually going through a cellular healing right now. So I think many of us are, receiving downloads and healing on a cellular level. And so we may be able to experience a shift with our cellular format, our cellular composition. This one was exciting, and actually the reading I did today, this individual had this, which was like really exciting. It's called a total reality shift. So this would be like a pure quantum jump. Like you do the meditation and you wake up and you're in a completely different reality. So that is available to us if it's in our highest and best. That's the thing. We're going to see, you know, which kind of timeline shift is in our highest and best. Layer shift, one timeline closer to optimum timeline. So if you're moving, you know, each now moment, and you're moving through the alternative space or the space of variations or through the quantum grid, like however you want to, describe that. You know, if you're moving in the direction of your optimum timeline, and we all have an optimum timeline that's our, you know, that we're moving towards in this mission. This would be a layer shift where you have moved one step closer to your optimum timeline. Okay, relationship alignment, relationships harmonize. So I know this is a biggie for some of you in the coalition, you know, from the messages I've received, that some of you are really trying to manifest more harmonious relationships in your personal and professional lives. So this would be a quantum jump, and where you get to experience that. That's exciting. I think I might need a bigger basket. Lifepath alignment, stepping into mission work. Okay, so this would be a quantum jump, and where you're fully aligned with your life path and your mission work. Again, these are all exciting. There's none of these that aren't like, oh my gosh, yes, I'll take that, please. And then last, I have new gifts and abilities manifest. And this was one I pulled for my personal reading that I did on myself. And it was really funny because I woke up this morning, and all of a sudden I was just like, I just got done meditating, and I was still in my bed, and I was just kind of looking around, and I was looking at this mirror that was on the wall kind of sideways. And all of a sudden I could see the mirror vibrating and pulsating, and I could see it kind of like glitching out and in, and it was very holographic in nature. And that is something that, if you watch my original tethering video, that I, you know, told my team in spirit, like, that I want to see all of this with my eyes open. And for the first time, I really was able to see like the what normally would be like solids as vibrational, and you know, what they look like energetically, not just as like a mundane solid in our physical reality. So I think that's one of the gifts that's coming online for me. And I'd love to know in the comments if you've had any gifts, some new gifts coming online, because, you know, this is a time where we're really manifesting that, you know, now that we have access to these new templates and these new bandwidths within our spectrum. So it's exciting. Okay, so that's what I have. I'm going to get a bigger basket, because I don't feel like I can swish my hand around enough in this one. Use this box. See if this is any better. Okay, so get them nice and mixed up here. Okay, so let's just kind of set the intention, you know, that we asked for the highest and best, that's in alignment for our soul's journey in this now moment, and which type of timeline shift or quantum jump can we experience within this 48-hour window. Okay, I'm guiding to pick 3. Lifepath alignment, stepping into mission work. Lifepath alignment, stepping into mission work. That's exciting. To light my candle here. Okay, what timeline shift quantum jump is in the highest and best for this group exchanging energy with me here for the Coalition of the Crystalline Heart? Relationship alignment. Relationships harmonize. Okay, to those of you out there that have been working on this, this is a great opportunity for you. That's exciting. Okay, and they're telling me one more. Coalition of the Crystalline Heart. Quantum jump. Okay, layer shift. One timeline closer to optimum timeline. One timeline closer to optimum timeline. Yes. Love that. Love these. All fantastic. We will take them. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, guys. Okay, so I think the way I'm going to do this is I am going to, because we have 3 different aspects, and you're probably only going to focus on one of these aspects. Although you could have a layer shift that's one time closer to optimum timeline, and that takes you into your life path or your relationship. But I will do this as 3 separate piles, just in case, you know, it's overwhelming. And if you're, you know, focusing on more than one, you can take the advice of both. But I'm going to start with this Work Your Light Oracle cards, and we're going to get some advice. And I'll be using the book on these and my interpretations. The first one we're going to do is layer shift. One timeline closer to optimum timeline. Layer shift. I'm so far in love with this deck. It is amazing. If you guys are looking for an oracle deck, it's called Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. And so far, it's really resonating with me. Okay. Okay, Spirit, so we'd like advice on layer shift, one timeline closer to optimum timeline. Layer shift. Advice for the group that chose layer shift. Leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. How beautiful. You go first. The universe will catch you. Okay, they're saying one more from this deck. Layer shift. Oh, yes. Love it. This is called Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. Okay, so the first thing I'm really seeing with this leap, which is just awesome, you go first, the universe will catch you, is that you can see two fractal aspects of this woman. And, you know, the moon is here, and this aspect looks like the shadow aspect. And she is leaving the shadow tether behind, and she's taking this leap of faith. And it's really interesting. I'm going to have to get it worked up, but I channeled a poem today about that exact same thing. So that would be for whoever's in this group. But you can see that she's taking this leap of faith, and, you know, she has to be willing to leave these lower vibrational aspects of herself behind and transmute these cords and tethers in order to shift one timeline closer to the optimum timeline, which can be scary. But because she's made this leap, she's not falling. She's, you know, kind of looking back like, yes, I did it, and now look at me fly onward and upward. But sometimes, you know, we do have to take that leap, and we have to trust that our world is taking care of us. And I talk about that a lot, that, you know, it's when you really make that shift from the world is out to get me to the world is taking care of me, everything changes. Everything changes. And she's made that shift. She's made that shift. Wonderful. And then this one, which is just so beautiful, is called Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realm. And what I love about this is that you can see the pillar of light, then you can see the higher chakra meridians that go above the crown chakra. And as you guys know, I've spoken about in the tethering video that the pillar of light is our access point to the higher dimensional beings. And you can see all of these ascended masters pictured here. And they're all around our pillar of light, and they're just waiting at the ready. They're always there, waiting to help us. But, you know, we have free will. We're sovereign. And so we do have to ask. And so that's what I'm really getting from this. Let's see what the book's interpretation of this is. Okay, leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Life bends for the courageous. The universe wants to support you, but first you need to leap, to throw your life up in the air. Perhaps you know what you are being called to leap toward or away from, but are scared to make the first move. Or maybe perhaps you are waiting for a big fat sign or instruction manual or permission to do so first. If this is you, then this card is your sign and permission, yes, to your permission slip to take a deep breath and leap into the unknown. It's scary to let go of all that we know and hope for something new. And it's normal to feel anxious at the thought of letting go of what we know for sure. But this is the unavoidable process of rising. And right now, this is how you are being called to live. Nature is constantly showing us how to live with courage. Fall comes every year and encourages the trees to loosen their grip, to allow what once was so full of life to fall away, leaf by leaf. For a moment, it feels like nothing will grow again. The branches are left bare without the comfort of once was. But in the morn of spring, new shoots begin to appear, and something new is born that is even more glorious than before. Perfect. And that's, exactly what I was taking away from this. And the wonderful thing is too, is that with us being in this Pisces season, is that it's all about moving from that stage of death into a rebirth. And this portal is opening right at the pinnacle of that time from the sun, which is bolstering this gateway. And it's prime. If you were waiting for permission, if you've been looking for a sign, this is the sign that you've been looking for, that it is time to make that leap. And the reward for that is going to be a layer shift. You're going to be one step closer to your optimum timeline, whatever that looks like for you. Okay, Council of Light. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. The Council of Light is a team of benevolent beings who are here to assist the raising of consciousness of the planet. They are here to help you achieve your soul mission and are guiding you every step of the way. However, because we live in a world where free will reigns, they cannot help you without your permission. Oh my gosh, that is what I just said verbatim. If you would like their assistance, it is time to ask them. They can help with all kinds of requests. Nothing is too big or too small. Think of them as your personal team of helpers in the spirit realm. They are willing and ready to step in and get to work. What would you like help with? What tasks would you like to delegate to them? The Council of Light is a team of ascended master light beings, angels, and guides devoted to the rising of the earth and all humanity. If you are a light worker, it is from them that you receive your personal mission. Like a spirit world, United Nations, they want to thank you so much for doing this work and devoting your life to uplifting the planet. Pray to them for clarity and guidance regarding your personal mission. Put in your requests and let them get to work. I mean, this is so amazing on so many levels, because I feel if you're drawn to this channel, if you're drawn, into the coalition of the crystalline heart, that is what we're here to do as grid workers. That just by being you and holding the light and, working on raising your dominant resonant frequency, you are holding higher dimensional consciousness for the planet, for the grid. And you're really receiving your instruction from this Council of Light. And the other thing I got when I was reading this is that if you are feeling fearful, right, about taking this leap, that you can ask them to come in and assist you in doing that, and quelling the fear that you're feeling and the anxiety, and really asking for them to bolster you during this time, and ask that they come in and really, this is what I feel and what I see in my visions all the time, is that they're always around us, just standing around us, just like this. So ask that they surround you, that they lift you up, that they hold you and cradle you in their arms, and ask them to take you into this layer shift. So exciting. Okay, so now I'm going to give you an activation. So if this resonates with you, I want you to receive this activation. Council of Light, I am ready to receive your help for for fulfilling my personal dharmic mission. Thank you for guiding me with clarity every step of the way, and for sending me helpers and experiences that delight my mind, body, and soul. And so it is. Awesome. Okay, so next, I gotta drink here my tea. I am going to get an advice card from Oracle of the Seven Energies. This is a Colette Baron read. Another beautiful deck. Okay. Spirit, what advice can you give for this? Oh, I'm just a little stiff here. For this group that are going to be experiencing a layer shift. What advice? Okay, they're saying two more. What advice for those experiencing a layer shift? What advice? Healing the heart. Healing the heart. You know, and I'm really getting, before I pull any more, I'm really getting with this, you know, that this woman, okay, although she's making this leap and she's not falling, you know, she's flying, she's still kind of looking back, and, you know, she looks like, you know, there may be some sadness there. You know, sometimes it's really, you know, hard to leave behind. You know, we may struggle with feelings of guilt or, just sadness, which is normal, you know, because especially if we're sitting in gratitude for the experiences that brought us to this point in time, sometimes we know we need to make a leap and we know we need to move forward, but it doesn't make it any less difficult. And I really feel like with this card, and we'll see what the book has to say on it, but that in order to make this leap, right, there may still be some healing that needs to be taking place in the heart and the 0 point. Because remember, in order to do any kind of quantum shift, okay, we have to be in alignment with our energy centers, and we have to be in the 0 point. And in order to be in the 0 point, we cannot have any part of us in the past or in the future. It has to be in the now, because that 0 point is our gateway to intelligent infinity, and it is the access point for us to make a timeline shift. And that's why it's so important to ask, you know, these ascended masters for their assistance. Yeah. Yeah, because you can see the 0 point energy here. Here is the 0 point. But it looks like there still is a tear in it. And, you know, that's one of the things that we're working on, you know, that we've been working on as well, you know, for the last couple months. It's like, you know, trying to heal and defrost. And mend these, components that, where we may have spiritually bypassed or suppressed, or where we may have just pressed on and it created like a calcification or, over a wound. And I feel that they're trying to heal this, but that, there's still a vulnerability there, that there's still fear there that needs to be let go of in order to make this leap. Okay, they're telling me to get another. What advice? Wish upon a star. Yeah, there might be some inner child wounding in the heart space. Because one thing that really strikes me is that they are both in the exact same position. There may be, some inner child wounding here. This wish that you've carried forward, this leap of faith to this wish that you've carried since you were a child, but you just have been too afraid. Because look at how she's holding this star, that she's holding this wish over her heart. And you can see that she, she has her wings still. She's still, in that state where she knows that she's a higher dimensional being. She knows without a shadow of a doubt. She still knows she has wings. And this one, she's kind of using these wings to cover up. So there's a wish that you've been holding in your heart. There's a wish you've been holding in your heart since you were a small child. And I really feel like you have this opportunity with this portal opening to really make that manifest, pull that from the alternative space. But in order to do that, you're going to need to really, make a commitment. You're going to need to make a commitment to healing this aspect. I really feel like the fear, right, in doing this is actually this fear of being vulnerable. It's like this fear. It's like what I'm hearing is like, it's like a fear of being hurt again. It's like this, if I do this, if I let these walls down, if I open up the heart space, what if I'm hurt again? What if I experience that again? So let's see what the book has to say. Let me see if I can get these. So okay, key concepts: healing, making amends, the willingness to release past pain, being responsible and accountable, taking time to get healthy, renewal, and rebirth after suffering. When you are wounded emotionally, you need time to regroup and find your center. You may have recently endured a breakup or betrayal, lost someone close to you, or lost an affiliation that gave you too much power. Perhaps you're watching someone go through a difficult time and feel bad that you can't help them. Maybe you're still not over a past disagreement. No matter the cause of this heartache, deep healing is called for. Yep, that's exactly what I felt. This happens on its own timetable and can never be rushed. The path to healing the heart centers on reciprocity, the flow of giving and receiving. Sometimes wounding occurs because we've become too dependent on another, and this is accompanied by the desire to manipulate or control an outcome. Both wounding and healing usually begin within, not from the outer condition of our lives. And we all know that at this point. We often believe we can be wounded only by others, but we do more damage to ourselves in the self-sabotaging way we think and behave. It is important to take steps to heal yourself and become willing to release the pain of the past, which can be tempting to revisit. It's time to take responsibility for your part in this healing journey. Look for ways you can help yourself and others. Are you willing to make amends if needed? Or, conversely, accept someone where they are without trying to influence their growth process? Healing the heart in all aspects is your priority now. Nothing else matters. Only beauty and goodness will come as a result. So I think that's pretty clear, and that's going to be individually, it's going to depend, is this, what this wounding has come from, and, how can you make amends? How can you change the story that you're telling yourself? How can you be, how can you let go of trying to control the outcome? And I'm really feeling for this, that some of you, and that I'm exchanging energy with, that they're saying to me that some of you really struggle with this desire in your excitement and in your desire for your loved one to experience the awakening and the connection and the joy that you've experienced. You're actually trying to control their journey, and trying to awaken them, when in reality that is not up to you. Everyone's expanding and awakening at their own rate and pace for their unique blueprint. And it doesn't mean that it doesn't come from a loving space. A lot of times it's in our desire to help, or a desire to to want them to experience all of the wonderful peace and joy that you're experiencing. But really, it's in doing that, we're trying to control another person's journey. And so sometimes that's hard, standing back and watching someone struggle when you know that they have all of this beauty and wonder available to them. So I think there's a message, that message is specifically for someone out there. Let me know if it's you. So, and thank you to the people that did message me and let me know that those messages were for you, because that really does help me know that I'm, receiving what I'm meant to receive as a channel. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so next, wish upon a star. You're being called to step into your true power and essence. This is one of those times when you're required to bring everything you are, all that you've learned, experienced, integrated, and offer it up in service to the world. When you take center stage, you will be noticed. Yes, as you shine brightly, you will naturally stand apart from others. This idea may bring up excitement and genuine pride or discomfort, but this is not the time to make yourself small to avoid the glare of the spotlight and potential punishment by others. It takes courage, but know that this is the right thing for you today. One step closer to your optimum timeline. You have come so far. You have been in the proverbial back of the room for so long, and learning and gathering mode. And it is important. and this important time has served its purpose. You must now step into a new consciousness, seizing a new opportunity to share your wisdom. You will be like a lighthouse, shining through the dark, illuminating the way for others. Be careful of the voices in your head that say, you can't, or you don't know enough, or who are you to shine? The better question is, who are you not to shine? All you are and all you have become is by the grace of the divine. Now it is your duty to share your gifts. Celebrate this. So that is exciting. That is exciting. So for some of you, I feel like this message is that there may be others, you know, in your environment, in your home space, that are afraid of this. They see you growing and changing. They see you expanding. They see you leaping and moving into a more expanded version of yourself. And you may have been dimming your light in order to make them feel comfortable. So, you know, we can't force someone into an awakening, and we also can't hold back our own expansion at the sake of for someone else. You know, that's rooted in those tethers, those moon energies of guilt and shame. So for some of you in this group, it may be that you've been, you know, making yourself smaller, that you've been dimming your light because you're getting pushback from those, you know, in your family, in your work environment, your friends, you know, maybe it's not resonating with them anymore, or you've been afraid, you know, to talk about your path and your journey. I just had this, if you guys saw my interview with Soul Punk TV, which was awesome. I had such a wonderful time. I felt this exact energy when I was done. It was like, I was born for this. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is in alignment for me right now. And it was like all the people in my life that I knew were, you know, maybe not going to understand, or you know, maybe they, not that I would be judged, or, you know, because I've passed that point of really caring about what other people think, but it's just more so that there were people that I knew probably would just not understand, you know, would just like watch the interview and be like, what? You know, huh? And because I really have, you know, expanded so much, especially, you know, in these last few years where, you know, I'm really stepping into this role, and I'm, you know, coming out and speaking. And some people, you know, that may have watched the interview may not have even known I was a channel, you know. And so you can't dim your light. You can't deny who you are in order to make someone else, you know, feel more comfortable. So if you want to experience this layer shift and you want to get one step closer, it's time to shine your light. Shine your light. Awesome. Awesome. And don't forget, we still, you know, have these Council of Light available to us. So ask them for help. Yeah, they're saying we're always here. Okay. I want to now get from this new self-love oracle. And you guys, I am going to make a list of all of the decks that I feel drawn to. And if you guys want to donate a deck and see me use one, I'm going to find a way to make that available. And I'd love that. I'd love that, you know, as an exchange of energy or reciprocity. If someone would like to donate a deck to Love Manifest, that would be awesome. Because it just kind of like expands your, you know, if this is like the toolbox, it gives you more tools to use. So This is called the Self-Love Oracle deck. And what's so awesome about this one is that it has the chakras in it. And, you know, I pulled from that chakra book the other day. And this just, and I will continue to use the books as well, because I think that's important. I don't want to just be beholden to the cards. So I'm just going to do as I feel called. They've given me lots of ideas of different things that we'll be doing with this, which is exciting and creative. And okay, so we are going to get a chakra advice on specifically what type of chakra you can be working with in order to achieve this quantum shift. You know, which energy centers, where should you be focusing your energy? And, you know, some of these are really cool because they have like an actual ritual in them too. So we'll see what comes up for this group. Okay, so what advice do you have for this layer shift? One time closer to the timeline, closer to optimum timeline. Layer shift advice. Elevate, support. Oh, they're saying that's good. Okay, so, I mean, how cool is this, right? That we can see the Merkaba right on there, and we see this, you know, person moving through the alternative space. And literally elevating to a different timeline. Okay, so this goes through, what I like about this deck is it goes through the energy centers, but then it goes above the crown into the aura. Okay, and that's where this card is. It's in the aura. And I mentioned in that Sun in Pisces reading, I think it could have been the moon reading, one of those readings, that I really was picking up that someone that was in the group, you know, needed to be working on the heart and above. And so this aura chakra would be, you know, above, relating to your auric field. And so this is, this card is having to do with creativity and supporting the Divine Mother. It says, where is Mother in your heart? Who is your mother? What does she teach you? How does she love you? Your birth mother is meant to be the giver in your relationship, parent to child. This never changes. You may find yourself in a dynamic where you are the giver to your mother. You are the parent. She is the child. You may have a strong aura and most often be the giver in your relationships. Allowing your own mother to be the giver may be a challenge for many reasons. Even a mother who needs her child to care for her can give more in return in wisdom and by example through grace and gratitude. At this time of tremendous change, all relationships are being asked to align more with natural universal law. How can you facilitate this? By owning your true role. Something needs to shift, release, and flow in your relationship with mother. This energy mustn't become stagnant. If you have any problem with your birth mother, this is an opportunity to see it as you who has the power to choose how to relate. This is your opportunity to surrender to the natural laws of the universe and allow the mother, your mother, the Mama Earth, and the divine universal mother to give to you. Observe your boundaries, your ability to flow and release with love and gratitude, and your own independent identity. Your mother births you, but it is you who must carry yourself over the threshold with your own grace. It is you who gets to review, reestablish, recommit, reconnect, remake, and rebirth continually to become your true self. You can, you can, you can. Keep going. Know you are loved by your mother with her signature style. You are also loved by Mama Earth and the divine universal mother. You are made of love. Let it flow and pass it on. Okay, so suggested practice, mantra, you can sing Ma, Ma. It says you can also search Kundalini Yoga mantra artists. You can affirm, so you can do an affirmation. My mother did everything she could to help me. Let go of the past and create something new. You are the gatekeeper of your new memories. Okay, so again, with this same theme here, there may have been some of you that in this situation that it is your mother that you're dimming your light. And there may be something askew here. So that may be a specific message for someone exchanging energy here. Even if you are in a time in your life where you are now the caregiver of your parent, you still can energetically receive them as your mother. And for others of you, you may be dealing with core wounding around a mother or relationship with your mother, okay? And that is what's asking to be healed here in order for you to take this leap of faith. All right. And, you know, also, the other thing I'm picking up is that with this ascended master, this council of light, you know, we see the mother represented here. And so if this isn't a mother, a physical mother, this may be around, you know, Mother Earth, or this may be around I'm getting for some people here, this may be around religious programming, that there may be some core wounding around that, around this archetypal energy. And maybe, you know, for some of you, there is still this desire within you to be mothered, and you don't feel like you're getting that from your mother. And so we can call on the Divine Mother and Mother Earth and receive those energies and ask for that aspect to assist and support us. Okay? So take that as it resonates. I feel like I'm getting a couple different messages. Okay, one other card. I'm going to take a note from the universe. This is a fun little deck. We're just going to ask from a little, oh, well, there you are. That came out clear and easy. Okay. Oh, there were 2. You got 2. Okay. And they kind of go together. It says, you needn't worry. Start where you are. And, you know, that goes right in alignment with this card. Sometimes we just have to leap. We just have to leap. We just have to step into it and just trust, you know? And it might seem scary, but this is the time. We already know this is available to you. It's available. It's right there. You know, in the next 48 hours, you're going to be shifting a layer of your reality into one step closer. But in order to do that, you just need to leap. You just need to let go of the worry, let go of that automaton within, and just take a leap. Okay. Start where you are. The great thing about feeling deep, profound, earth-shaking love is that you can start with anyone. Next, the universe. And it's true. You can start with anyone. You needn't worry. There's no one in your life who hasn't always loved you. They're all just learning how to show it. Be big sillies, the universe. You know, and I'm really getting from this is that, you know, everybody has their own love language. And if you guys have read that book, but, you know, sometimes it's just difficult for people to show that they love you. Maybe this is your mother, you know, but one way that we can connect with someone is to just let that, it says big sillies, the universe, you know, is to just let that childlike wonder and curiosity, you know, that otter energy to just kind of come forth and, you know, leaving the past behind, leaving that baggage behind, all the story that we had, you know, that we're telling ourselves, just leave that behind and step into the now. And that, you know, that wish fulfilled energy, shine bright, you know, and just let go of the worry. And you're going to do it. Okay. That's what I have for group number 1. Very, very cool. I can't wait to see what you guys think of this. And I'm so excited to find out, you know, after this portal, what you experienced, you know? Okay, pile number 2, or the second. You guys are up, and that is, for those of you that resonated with relationship alignment, relationships harmonize. Relationships harmonize. So those that have been working on this, on your personal mission, working towards harmonious relationships, and who isn't really working on harmonious relationships, but this might specifically resonate for you. Relationship alignment. I really feel like this is like trying to get me. Relationship alignment. Okay. Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? Ooh, very cool. Relationship alignment, relationships harmonize. What advice do we have for that? Relationships harmonize. The Ace of Light. You have been training for this for lifetimes. How amazing is that? Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Now, if that isn't the perfect card for relationships alignment. Okay, so I feel like those of you in this group, you know, you really have been working on rewriting your script, you know, breaking the chains of ancestral karma. This is something you feel called to do. And once, you know, we are able to transmute those cords and tethers, that does harmonize our personal relationships. And then we heal that through all time space for our entire soul group. So some of you in this group may be really trying to heal relationships with family members. Yeah, and you can really see in this card, you know, you can see the ancestors going all the way back into this cave, and you know, with each incarnation, you know, they're stepping one step further out of the cave, out of the darkness and into the light. And you can see she's standing at kind of this precipice, you know, and you can see all the planetary bodies that she's corded and tethered into. And that is, you know, these energetic patterns that just keep repeating themselves in our blueprint until, you know, someone has to be the one. And I think that it's you. I think you've been training for this for lifetimes. And you can see there's the ancestors. And this is you. This is you. You've been training for this. You're really called to this. If you're in this group, you may feel really called to, you know, as part of your mission and purpose is to heal ancestral karma, ancestral patterning, you know, breaking the cycle, you know, of dysfunctional relationships, abuse, shame, guilt. You know, this might be something that you really feel is part of why you're here right now. And this is confirming that you are. This is part of your mission. Exactly. Where are you being called to journey to? You know, you can see all this emotion and water. And, you know, I'm really getting from this too. It's like, you know, the Akashic library, you know, where all of this is held. And they're really, oh, and you can see like the gateway above it. Which, you know, again, is confirmation of this, this quantum jump. Okay, so let's see what the book has to say. And Rama. Where are you being called to journey to? The Celtic word Imrama means a journey of the soul, a voyage on which we don't know where we are going, but our soul knows the way. If you pulled this card, you are either being called on a soul journey or already on one. It could be to a physical ancient place or metaphoric. When we journey to places that our soul remembers, a shift takes place, both within us and to the planet as well. Exactly. That is tethering. You are being called to journey to a place that is sacred to your soul. Perhaps it is a journey to the world's sacred sites, or called to cross the country, climb a mountain, lie on the desert floor, or drink from an ancient well. There are places to see and old friends to meet. I see spontaneous pilgrimages in your future. If a physical voyage is impossible, journey through the portal of your heart. Follow the invisible soul trail and be willing to explore. Maybe read a book or watch a movie about a sacred time or place. Or perhaps you are being called to study an ancient lineage or body of work. Whatever your circumstances, your soul is ready to journey deep. Well, we know in order to quantum jump, we must go through the 0 point, through the 0 point of the heart, and that will take us to the gateway of intelligent infinity and anywhere that we desire to go. So this may be an actual physical journey, or this, in context of this reading, it's probably more so to do with the quantum jump, and that you're ready, that you have felt ready to make this shift and this change. It's probably something you've really been working towards, and this is your gateway, this is your opportunity. Also, the one thing I did find interesting about this is that if you are part of this frequency, you are a grid keeper. And, sometimes all it takes is just you being in a space and place which will activate and light up the grid for Gaia. So as a grid worker, you may be called. I know I am being called to travel. And this has started a couple weeks ago, where I just feel this urge, this desire to travel and really just not even just like ancient places, but just in general. There's certain spaces and places I'm being called to, and that might just be to heal or transmute energy for certain physical aspects of the earth plane. Okay, so next we have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Mystics and sages throughout the ages have predicted this period in history, and you decided to incarnate in the middle of it. There is no mistake that you are supposed to be here at this time of great change. If you ever feel unprepared or daunted by the path that is calling you, know this. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You're way more than the days that have breathed through you in this life. You're also all of the lifetimes that came before. Exactly. And that's exactly what this is showing. You are all of these other aspects of your ancestral self. All of these experiences have polished your soul into the most magnificent expression that is your authentic self. Your soul has many facets. Imagine a fingerprint. Your soul is 1,000,000 times more intricate than that. If you put together all of the fingerprints of all of the people you have been, you would not even get close to fathoming how much of a unique masterpiece you are. You came in with a clear soul plan. You came in with wisdom beyond your years. This is the part of you that longs to be seen. This is the part of you that is ready to step forward, that is ready to emerge. This is not the lifetime to stay hidden, but to step forth, to be seen, and to rise. Okay, so we have another card here as well that is really talking about in this aspect of it, not dimming your light. You know, this is a theme that seems to be emerging here with the coalition of the crystalline heart, that, you know, maybe in the past we felt like we weren't ready, that we you know, needed to gather more information, that, you know, we needed to dim our light in order to fit in, you know. And this, again, like I said before, is kind of like our spiritual coming out. It's, you know, it's time to break these cycles. It's time to break these patterns. It's time for, you know, new energies, new platforms, new paradigms, new energy tethers. And it's really time for us to shine, you know, to let our light shine. And just look at how she is standing in her power, you know, letting her light shine. And, you know, in context to this quantum jump, you know, you know, we need to allow ourselves to step forward and be authentically who we are in order to heal and harmonize relationships. We cannot build strong foundations, you know, based on an aspect of our self that isn't standing fully in the now and fully in our strength and power. So I thought it was interesting, that card when I was shuffling that was kind of like hanging on was that leap from the previous group. And so I think that energy, you know, was kind of like carrying forward into this, that, you know, we have to be willing to take that leap of faith and to, you know, shed those parts of ourselves that, you know, no longer resonate. So really good. Okay, I am now going to give you an activation. I'm going to give you an activation. So this is for you. I call forth the soul gifts and soul training that I have received throughout all of my lifetimes. I am ready to embody them all now without hesitation and without fear. I have been training for this for lifetimes. Awesome. Awesome energies. Okay, so now let me get you a oracle from the 7 energies. Okay, relationship alignment, relationships harmonize. What exciting energies we're working with, guys. Okay, what advice, Spirit, do you have for relationship alignment for this quantum jump, this group? Relationships harmonize. Okay, how beautiful. This says a deep breath. I love the blooming and the flowering of the crown chakra. And these are really healthy, you know, tethers. And you can see just how at peace they look in this. Just completely in the now, in the moment, at one with the breath. You know, definitely this person is not being controlled by the automaton within. Beautiful. And they look like they are enjoying harmonious relationships. You know, that there's, you know, see all this flowering, and very similar to this card, you know. Totally in their power. Okay, so this is a number 7. Okay. A deep breath. Fear is asking for your attention and healing right now. You or another are operating from the position of fear. If you also see red flags, you might be headed towards genuine danger, or perhaps repeating a lesson you don't need to learn again. You can honor this kind of fear by saying thank you, and protect yourself by choosing another path. In this moment, you have all it takes to make this shift. If, on the other hand, the fear surrounds the idea of taking a risk, be mindful. Radical trust and accepting the discomfort of the new is called for as you move out of your comfort zone. Ask for courage to take a leap into the unknown and know that all will be well. Okay. That is what I was saying. So this energy that was trying to bring itself forward from that leap of faith card, okay, has brought itself back here, and wants to be made known. So, you know, definitely that leap of faith energy is moving its way into this group as well. Ask for courage to take a leap into the unknown and know that all will be well. But know that all will be well doesn't mean all you have come to expect. Stories from the past may be molding your expectations right now and causing fear-based or anticipated hurt. Don't isolate yourself or fall for the false idea that life is too painful and engaging with it should be avoided. How about loving that side of you that isn't afraid, acting out and causing all this unnecessary commotion? You will never be happy if this small part of you controls your life, as it will if you allow it. However, remember to be gentle with yourself and others. Once you let go and relax into your life, everything looks brighter and friendlier. Today, choose love over fear. You'll be amazed when you do. This is so perfect for relationship alignment, you know, and operating from a space of peace and serenity and now versus from a space of fear and survival. And, you know, I said in this card, you know, I'm seeing the highest and best. And that is this person that has shed the automaton within. They're no longer telling themselves a story about the past. They're no longer rooted in the past. So I really feel like in order to break these chains of ancestral karma, that you will need to take this leap of faith and be willing, right? Be willing to let go of these fear-based narratives that may have been controlling the relationships previously, right? And this, you know, could be rooted in why, you know, the relationships were not harmonious in the past. You know, we begin to view people in a certain way and have expectations of their behaviors, and they will continue to manifest that. So sometimes it's just a matter of having a willingness to let go of that baggage and begin to view others that we're in relationship with in a different way. You know, be willing to tell ourselves a different story about that individual, about that other aspect of ourselves. So I feel like this is definitely asking you to take that leap of faith. Be willing to see the best and not just the worst in these people that we're in relationship with. And this really does go along too with that Sun and Pisces reading that I did, where it said, one of the energy tethers that we had available to us was renewed love. And, in order to have that renewed love, we needed to be willing. We needed to have a willingness to let go of these moon tethers, these shadow tethers. One thing that, I've done in the past is just make, if I've been in challenging relationships, is make a list of all of the things that I admire, respect, that I love the most about the person I'm in relationship with, and then just affirm that to myself in the morning when I'm doing my energy work. That is the person that I expect to show up in the mirror. And because that is the highest and best in that person. So that might be one thing that you could do in relationship to this quantum jump. Okay. Now let's get a chakra card. Okay, Spirit, what advice can you give us in relationship to the relationships alignment, relationships harmonize? Okay, we have a jumper. The gift of dance. Aura chakra. You are so beautiful to me. I promise to love you forever. And we can see their fractal self. Another aura chakra. And again, more Merkaba energy. Really confirming this quantum jump available to us here. A lot with the astrals, a lot with the astral realm here. You've got this deep breath, which shows the crown and above. You have this age of light, which shows these higher energy centers above the crown. And now you have this gift of dance with the aura chakra. So it looks like a lot of work here, which, the quantum, in the space of variations is where we're working. And it looks like we're going to be doing a lot of work here in the heart and above, really pulling that down. And that was another theme that we had, which was, back to the future, pulling these energies from the future back into the now. Really getting very similar energy from these. Okay. A calling for you to dance. What do the following mean to you, and what do they conjure? Do you have any aversions or stories that you are attached to? Again, very same message. Does this inspire you and excite you? Do you need permission to dance? There are no right or wrong answers to these questions. This is simply an opportunity to see yourself and understand what you are projecting. Spontaneous dancing may be overlooked in our busy lives, because as creatures of habit, we may not be in the habit of going with the flow of universal energy. The work-slave mentality doesn't make space for breaking into dance or song. Fortunately, this oracle is a sign that your heart is growing stronger. The ability to resist laughing, dancing, and singing is weakening. Wow. So I know that we had in that first group as well, you know, bringing forth when the notes from the universe was bringing forth that silliness, you know, that childlike energy. And, you know, I've spoken about, I believe it was in that moon reading, about ecstatic dance and, you know, how we can use that to just, you know, move energy through our bodies. And this is something I do a lot in the mornings, especially when, you know, my pain levels may be really high and I need to kind of move energy through my body. You know, I'll definitely put on some, you know, really rhythmic music and just try to, like, you know, move that through my body, and however, you know, move the agitation or the pain up and out. And so this is really asking you to look at that aspect of yourself that is so, you know, that's telling yourself a story, that's telling yourself a narrative. And again, this is all the work that we're doing right now with shedding the automaton within. It's becoming the observer of the thought. It's, you know, witnessing and steering the boat in the direction of the now and the future, instead of being rooted in the past. So I really feel in this group that a lot of the relationship issues are coming from a story or a narrative that you're telling yourself about the people that you're in relationship with. And, you know, maybe in the past, an unwillingness to let go of that. And this is really an opportunity with this quantum jump to let go and start anew. You know, foster a new timeline, a new harmonious relationship. Wipe the slate clean and really work on, you know, forgiving and letting go and telling yourself a new story, writing a new script. Start projecting what you love to see, not the things that you don't like. You know, it's like it said in that other card. It's like, are you allowing these things that you don't like, or that are triggering, or that are, you know, undesirable, to be the biggest energy? You know, what are you focused on most? Because what we focus on grows. So love that, love that. Let's see what the suggested practice is for you. It says, making dancing a habit and get your body moving in unusual ways every day. This will work to break patterns in the mind and liberate any energy that may be stuck in the body, especially in the lower chakras. So get those hips and that booty moving and shaken. Dancing freely also works to clear your aura, aligning you with the present moment where all conscious energy exists, including the energy for your evolution. Dance with the elements. Dance on the earth with bare feet. Dance in the rain. Dance in the sun. Dance at the top of a mountain in mist and clouds, and touch heaven with your heart. Dance all the way through your amazing transitions. Dance lightly. Don't worry about anything, and don't let anyone stop you from dancing with joy. When you are willing to dance forever, you have entered the stream of the soul. So awesome. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Now, let's get you a note from the universe. Okay, relationship alignment. Spirit, what advice? Any more? These new cards are still pretty sticky. Haven't had a chance to really work with this one as much. Okay. Not sticky enough to let them fly. Oh my gosh, I got this one as well. It says, yeehaw. Yeehaw. This is perfect for this too. It says, when it comes to choosing who will be in your life, I recommend valuing their yeehaw quality above all others. Have it your way. Special orders don't upset us. The universe. So this is amazing. This is exactly what I was saying, is that if we just take a moment to focus on the highest and best aspects of, the people that we're in relationship with, and value those qualities above all the other qualities, right? That is what we will begin to see in these other aspects of ourselves. And special orders don't upset us, so you can really place that order, you can place that order for these, harmonious relationships, and have it your way, right? Have it your way. So yeah, it's a real call to start seeing the best in others, start expecting the best. Okay, and so the other one I got says, you might not know now, but you will. It says, think of someone very, very special to you. Now feel yourself bursting with love for them. Now mentally shower, drench, and soak them in that love. Now mentally shower, drench, and soak yourself in my love. Now feel it always, the universe. So beautiful, because this is the other practice that I was going to suggest, which is, in meditation, allowing a rainbow spectrum of light, and imagine that coming from your heart and going straight into theirs. And once you've done that, then call forward the highest and best, the things you love the most about that person. And you can use that to transmute the energy and to move into harmonious relationship. So awesome. These cards couldn't have gotten any more perfect. I love it. And again, with this group, let me know in this quantum jump how it panned out for you. So now we're going to move on to the last pile. Okay, so for the last group here, we have Lifepath alignment, stepping into mission work. This was one of my personal card pulls when I was, kind of beta testing this for myself. And so it'll be interesting to see how many of you resonate with this. If this, and you might, resonate with more than one. I know personally for me, I'll be working on 3 separate things for this quantum jump. So it's late at night here. I was having a little bit of technical difficulties here. So this is probably going to be published tomorrow. So that will be the 5th. And we have this time period between the 5th and the 6th when you're viewing this. Really, time isn't linear. I mean, you can always quantum jump. So if you're watching this much, much later, then that means there is a personal gateway opening up for you in the now moment that you're in. So if you're watching this after that, don't worry. Don't worry. We're always timeline shifting. We're always growing. We're always expanding. And so that just means that for you, for your personal blueprints and tethers, this is your now moment to have a major shift. Okay? So Lifepath alignment, stepping into mission work. What can you tell us, Spirit, for Lifepath alignment, stepping into mission work? Wow, another break the chain. We just saw this in the last pile. Lifepath alignment. Mission work. Can you tell me about Coalition of the Crystalline Heart, the group for mission work? Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Wow, wow, wow. Directly related to mission work. Double mission. Anything else? Wow. It says, the great gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Soul tribe. Look at that gateway back there. This is exciting. You know, and I definitely see this soul tribe. You know, they're working, you know, on both of these cards, you're working the alternative space. Definitely getting this portal energy, this gateway energy, you know, in both of these cards. You know, and even in this one, you know, you really have this quantum perspective here. And we get like the higher chakras again in color. Okay, so let's look at this Pleiades first. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. The Pleiades are a group of star beings dedicated to raising the vibration of the planet and sharing new consciousness through creations and technology. They have been incarnating on the earth since near the beginning of humanity. You are a soul who has a double mission: to grow at soul level and to raise the vibration of the planet. Exactly. If you have been called to write, speak, or channel, this is your sign to keep doing it. I know I have, and I'm doing it. Your work is divinely guided. Of all the souls, Pleiadians are the chattiest, and so perhaps you've already started channeling some of this work into the third dimension. I say fourth dimension. Now, thank you for doing your part in the great plan. Your presence and unique light is needed. And you know what is so amazing about this is that I was visited the other night by a fleet of craft, and I've really been getting that it's Arcturian and Palladian beings. And so this really resonates with me. I'd love to know if this resonates with you. So some of our double mission, you know, we know, right, for sure, if you're drawn into this frequency, that part of your mission is to hold the light and, you know, hold the grid, and, you know, help others by holding a higher dominant resonant frequency. But maybe, you know, I know for sure that there's 2 of you out there that I'm in contact with, 3 actually, that are channeling, no, 4. yeah, this is interesting that I'm, really starting to connect with other channels and other people that feel called to channel. So maybe this, coalition of the crystalline heart is going to be like all of these amazing channels. And, channeling doesn't just come through, channeling the way that I am showing up in that role. But there's all different types of ways that we can channel, through artwork, through poetry, through divination, through, just physically channeling, through writing. There's so many different ways that we can channel and bring forth information. So that seems to be a part of our double mission. I'm excited. Okay, let's see what this great gathering says. Oh, wait, before I do that, this is important. This is an activation. Okay, so focus in on this. I call upon Palladian consciousness of the highest realms and highest good of humanity to work through me. Let me be a channel for only the purest light of the essence of Source. Let me channel in a way that also serves me. And do you know what? When I was prepping for this, that song, Make Me a Channel of Your Peace, I was channeling that song. So, the Great Gathering. This is so exciting, guys. It's all coming together. Intuitive hit Soul Tribe. You're being called to let your intuition move you physically. You are connected to a group of souls who are weaving a web around the planet. Oh my gosh. And as you travel and share your creation, something is re-threaded. Oh my gosh, cords and tethers, tapestry, rethreading. Ooh. This card is an acknowledgement that you are either being called to connect with others who are like you at a soul level, or that you already are. You are being called to gather groups of people, either by leading them or becoming part of a group that can support you and your soul's personal mission. You are part of a group of souls who agreed to be here at this time in history to heal yourself, your ancestral line, bam, and the planet. Yes. To raise consciousness so that we can continue to call this magnificent place home for eras to come. One of many consciously choosing to devote your life to something greater than yourself. It's time to call in your tribe by sharing your soul's voice and letting yourself be seen. Third time in a row, not to dim your light, not to stand in the background any longer. It is time to be seen. It is time to shine. When you share what is real and true to you, and you share the medicine that you most need, those who are like you will gather around you. You are your tribe. They are just like you. And just as you are longing and searching for them, they are longing and searching for you too. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. How exciting. I love how just spot on these are, because it seems like really, what I'm getting from this and from all the merging of all three groups is that we kind of are like a triple threat here, because it's really about, and I've spoken about this before, that I've really felt that we are healing our soul groups through all time and space, and that ancestral karma, that core wounding, that original sin, that is part of why we are here. And we saw this in the other group, and we saw these same, energies wanting to come forward. And then you have this with the double mission as well. And they're just so, these are just so perfect. Like, I almost feel like I could just like stop here on this one, because it couldn't be any more clear that this is the, for a life path alignment card, these cards couldn't be more in alignment, and the advice couldn't be more clear on what we need to do to make that quantum jump. You know, if you haven't, you know, got to work on, you know, shining your light and starting to step forward, this is the time. That is your leap of faith. That is what you need to do. You need to let go of that doubt. And, you know, that is the other thing in that Sun in Pisces about creating community. And like right now, we are all coming together. We're calling in this tribe. It's an amazing tribe of beautiful beings of light. And it just feels really exciting. I'm so excited. Okay. So let's just, for synergy here, get an oracle card. Okay, life path alignment. What advice do you have for us, Spirit, on life path alignment? Earth magic. Earth magic. Okay, earth magic speaks to the intrinsic relationship that you and all living things have with the consciousness of the earth. These are so amazing. Also known as Gaia. Imagine the oak tree that begins its journey as an acorn, gathering the life force energy it needs from the earth so it can sprout up from the ground. Because you are part of nature, you follow the same cycle of manifestation. Everything you are, your evolution, and the successful manifestation of your dreams begins below the surface of consciousness until an idea comes, conviction takes hold, and something meaningful can be planted. Be still for a moment, quiet your thoughts, and imagine anchoring your energy to the sacred quality of being part of this living earth. Do this mindfully to connect to this divine intelligence with the power to create the perfect form from the essence of a tiny spark of life. Indeed, this is miraculous. The message now is to trust that the seeds you've planted in your field of dreams are in good hands. The earth is a conscious, divine source of love that is doing its part on your behalf. Slow down, take in the beauty of your life now, and trust that what you are intending is being nourished and is growing. There will be plenty of time later to tend to your garden, to water it and weed it. Great magic is germinating underground, working its way to the surface to deliver more blessings than you could imagine. Let it. Awesome, 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 awesome. So I really feel that this group is where they need to be. You know, it's more about just allowing it to happen, you know, just setting the intention that you are going to make that shift in the next, you know, day or two into stepping into your mission and purpose, and trust that you're right where you're supposed to be, you know, and that you're on track. And, you know, this is what you were born to do. This is what you were born. This is why you came here at this time. And I know it is for me. You know, I know that this is, that I am in alignment with where I'm supposed to be. And that feels so good. It really does. I love, you know, doing this with all of you. And I feel so absolutely blessed. And it's very fulfilling and exciting and passionate. And this is so beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to get an oracle card. But I think no, I mean a chakra card, but we've already kind of got some advice. Okay, so Spirit, Lifepath alignment wants to come right out. Wow, more of these these higher chakras. You guys, we're really working in the astrals. We are really working in the astrals right now, working hard. You know, so if you're feeling like you're waking up and you're like, woo, I was just like lucid dreaming all night, or I was really working hard, it's because you really are. It says, I am the light of my soul, third eye chakra. You know, that was the advice in one of my other readings too, was third eye. So definitely some of us in our group here need to be working on our third eye. You know, and the sun gazing is good for that too. Obviously, it's like I think it's like the first hour it rises, and then the hour it sets. And please look up instruction on how to do that, because I don't want to be, you know, directing someone to go out and just like full on stare at the sun. Okay, it says, this is guidance to become more discerning with who you believe and what you believe. Be mindful not to place too much value on the opinions of others or the voice of self-doubt. You know, it's that same energy that we saw in the last group, which is, you know, what is the story? What is the narrative? You know, definitely I'm feeling like I need to keep on with this, you know, shedding the automaton kind of mission work right now. We are in an age where lies and illusions are broadcast constantly. Tell me about it. Some are so subtle that before you are aware, they can pull your energy back down into fear-based thinking. Be watchful. Practice tuning into your intuition and heart wisdom in order to feel your truth. As you become more practiced in doing this, you learn to trust the intuitive wisdom that comes through from the meditative, calm mind. In this neutral state, you can allow your intellect to show you how to manifest that wisdom. When you point the light of your truth to the present reality, you can face fear with spiritual maturity and conserve your precious energy. A healthy endocrine system and activated pineal gland is essential to become the seer of your truth and project what you want to manifest. This is perfect with this dual mission, right? You know, being a channel, because in order to do that, you have to trust your intuition. And I know that there's, like I said, now that I'm thinking about it, there's even more. There's got to be at least 5 or 6 of you I'm connecting with that are working on channeling. Maybe even more. There's a lot. And it's like I said in my interview the other day, you go through a phase where you doubt yourself. But part of becoming a clear channel, what I've learned on my journey, is that you have to tune out all of the noise, right? You can't be picking up everybody else's opinions and thoughts and beliefs and energy reports and tarot readings and, you know, everything else. You have to just kind of stick with what resonates for you. Stick to a small little diet of, you know, the sources that are inspiring and uplifting to you and that feel like they are encouraging you into what you already know. And there may be times where you need to disconnect from that altogether. So it's becoming discerning. You know, it's really becoming discerning about what we are exchanging energy with. Who is telling you a vision? Tell a vision, right? And understanding that much of that is fear-based. Much of that is fear-based. So it's learning to detach from all of these thought forms, constructs, paradigms, and get into your own energy. Really get into your own energy, like it said in that Earth Magic. Ground in your own energy. and get to know what you feel like. This was a big part of my journey over the summer. You know, I was sleeping in a tent. I took a break from social media. I did a 40-day screen cleanse. I got into my own energy because I knew in order to become a clear channel, I didn't know what I felt like. Not what everybody else was saying, not what everybody else was predicting or telling me or, trying to tell me in their vision. I needed to know what I felt like. And so I do feel like that is the advice for this last group, is to, get into your own energy, and really work on honing in your intuition and your third eye energy. And I think if you do that, it's all gravy, man. It's all gravy. One more card, note from the universe, and we will wrap this up. And it just wanted to shoot right out. Exciting. Things are about to get really juicy. Wow. It says, a little heads up on an addiction that afflicts all really old souls. Giving love eventually becomes an even greater need than receiving love. See, you're not strange. Love the universe. I just love this, you guys. So it's such a beautiful reading for all three groups. I can't wait to find out how your quantum jumps went. Comment below if it resonated. Comment below about, what the outcome of your timeline shifts were. And, I can't wait to see, how this all shakes out for everybody. But really good stuff in these groups, or maybe one more than one resonated for you. But I am just feeling so grateful and happy to be exchanging energy with you guys, and knowing that this is, our mission, and just knowing that, the coalition of the crystalline heart is here for this, mission and purpose, and it's all been confirmed here. And you guys are just such beautiful, amazing, beautiful beings of light. And, there's just wonderful things on the horizon for all of us here. So love, light, and blessings to all of you. I really hope this helps somebody out there. Please don't forget to if you haven't subscribed by now, come on, let's do that, right? And share and, talk to me about, how this went for all of you. I'm so excited to find out. And